Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Now we are live.
Hello. After a false start.
We briefly were. But now
Don't let the inner workings get.
We've already played for an hour before we went live and then went live again.
Is
you
this
just
thing
came
on?
in. It was a great
on?
RPG session. It was so good. You missed all of it. You didn't actually. We haven't started it yet. That was just a joke.
Oh, good.
But we are minus one special guest because he's running late. Can't make it. But that's okay. We can roll with it.
We'll roll with it. We'll let him in when he gets here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Welcome people watching and people who are watching this later. Whenever you watch this, thank you for tuning in. As always, I'm Tom Bookbeards, joined by DB Rook, David List, and Aussie Rob.
Yeah, that's it.
RPG session tonight. The Ferris Wheel of Doom. But before we get into that, I think we just need a refresher on what characters are you guys playing and what the hell happened last time. DB, who are you playing?
I am playing a rather unlucky, slightly less handsome version of myself with a very strong sense of nasal perception.
Nasal perception.
Like it. Charlie.
I'm Aussie Rob, who's a wannabe, I suppose, what we call a bushranger / think Ned Kelly, long coat. His ability is probably far away his ego. Inversely, or rather, let's say his abilities are inverse to his ego. So he thinks he's a lot better than he is. He's a former, I think from memory, he was a former ballet dancer turned highwayman. So dexterity on his toes. His beard can slow down time, and his weapon of choice is the iron lint roller. So
I was wondering if you were going to mention the lint roller.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff, really. Yeah,
standard weapon.
I can't even remember the stats for the iron lint roller, but
no,
we'll roll it.
Yeah, I think they were a thing. So we'll see what we can do.
And David T. List, you have some more backstory for.
I do. Yes, I'm playing. The guy's name is John Frank, but he goes by Jugs because he's a semi-retired, full contact professional juggler. Decent at juggling. But the character development came from, what I want to add, it came from our last session when we were out and about. We were getting some food. H.L. Tinsley had joined us. Her character, I don't remember her character's name, but her beard's name was Nugget. I remember that. And she could pop it off and it could run around and it did its own thing.
Sentient beard, yeah.
Sentient, yes. Removable, which was perfect because she had a removable beard. But while we were on that mission, we were down in this cave and it occurred to me that I was looking for the golden juggling pin. And so now it's occurred to me further that Jugs, so it's worth noting, my highest stat is dexterity. I'm a juggler. My lowest stat, though, is intelligence because I'm a juggler. I'm kidding. But it's a 2. My intelligence is a 2, so I'm not the brightest. But I am convinced that if I find the right series of objects, whether it's a golden juggling pin or something else, the perfect trio of objects, that I'll be able to I'll come back and I'll be the best juggler of all time. And so a lot of my escapades involve me looking for the perfect trio of juggleable objects. And that's the character development that I'm adding today. Obviously, the setting is the wasteland, is the apocalyptic wasteland. Just lest it go unsaid.
The perfect trio of juggable.
Juggleable. I'm sure that's not a word.
You make it sound like it. Okay. And yeah, if Justin can make it, we'll drop him in mid-session. I'm sure it will go fine. And yeah, it's the Beardsmen RPG. Thank you for watching. Last session, our Beardsmen went down into the train graveyard. And they may or may not be aliens in there. He wiped out an entire gang of rail rats. So we'll drop straight in. You leaving the train graveyard. And this side of the tunnels, it's dusk, and you're on the coast. It's a very clear day, and nothing really around in this part of the wasteland, apart from what looks to be a large Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel is a small harborside funfair town. You can just catch a little bit of music wafting towards your way. The other thing you see, big helter-skelter, there's a roller coaster that doesn't appear to be running at the moment, and a few shabby-looking post-apocalyptic buildings dotted around the place. Would you like to have a look around or go towards the town?
Tell me the first. I didn't catch the very, very first part. What's got us out and about today?
You've literally just left the train tunnel complex from the last.
Okay. So
left your wasteland chef friend to snack on all the corpses of the dead rats.
Do we still have? So we gained some. For those who didn't catch the last episode, we got some automatic weapons, rifles. Do we still have those?
You are all still armed with the AK-47 that you picked up in the last session. Yes.
For what it's worth, I also have a golf club.
Excellent. Well, adds defensive weapon and some hot downtime as well. So.
Yeah. Whether an AK-47 and the golf club are the juggleable objects of which you seek.
We just need a chainsaw.
Okay, I definitely want to go into any kind of fun land like this, because that's right up my alley. As far as I bet I could find some jugglables. I bet I could totally find some jugglables in a place like this.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
There'd be plenty of jugglables.
Is the music that's kind of fading across? Is it akin to the Lost Boys soundtrack at all?
Sure, it is.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Just a tinny, little bit out of tune version.
Yeah. Okay, so Nightmare Carnival type.
Yeah.
Vibes. I'm too dumb to pick up on any kind of threat, I'm sure.
Yeah. What threat? Everyone loves the fun fair. Let's go.
It says fun right there. It says fun. If you look through the rust and blood, it clearly says fun.
I'm thinking I think we've got to go check it out, surely.
You do pass a sign that says Ferris Hollow this way, popular tourist attraction resort town. And you make your way towards the coastline. As you approach the town itself, I mean, the apocalypse hasn't really been kind to anywhere, has it? Like, the whole world has been on fire. So what might have been a very jovial, relaxing funfair town is now rather arid, run down, but still seemingly functioning funfair. Not many people around, but as you approach the main gate, there are two people there watching you approach. One of them is real big guy, like skinhead, large scar running down his cheek, and very, very thick set. He's wearing a sort of black leather jacket with the white Sherpa fluffy lining around the collar. He's watching you all very intently. Next to him is a smaller lady. I'd say she's roughly about 60 years of age. Very tan skin and wearing a denim patch jacket. And on her head is, one of those old, like, roadside cop, like, sheriff hats. And world's widest police videos kind of thing. One of those, like. On her hip is a six-slinger, proper like cowboy revolver, which she's passing as you approach. Do any of you say anything as you approach the town.
Are they at the gate? Are they? Would you say they're barring the gate, or are they?
The gate is closed. They're kind of stood either side of it.
Okay.
Yeah, what do we say? Not asking for tickets or anything, are they? Because that would be annoying.
I'm going to say, I'll say, how much is admission?
The lady continues to pat the weapon and glances at the AK-47s that the three of you are walking along with.
Listen, when I see her do that, I pat mine too. Like,
yeah, I'm waving mine, sort of jovial. As always, Aussie Rob's level of perception isn't great, so he's probably misunderstood what's going on.
oh, I definitely did.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
You're here. That's all. That's what matters.
I'm so sorry. I have just had such a mad day, and I managed to misread my calendar this morning, and I thought we were starting at 10. It's totally my bad. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. We've got there's 3 time zones at play, so any time could be.
I just saw Charlie's message on Twitter, like, "Are you okay for the episode?" And I was like, "Yeah, fine." And then I looked at the calendar and went, "Oh my god, it was 20 minutes ago."
Introducing our surprise special guest. Everybody. Yeah.
I am so sorry. I can't believe I did that.
It's all good.
We're glad to have you.
Glad you can make it, Justin. You're all good.
This happens with like live broadcasts. Yeah.
And
Foolish endeavor.
Especially where multiple time zones are concerned. It's always a fun time.
That's the thing. Yeah, I don't know how I did that. As I say, I looked at the calendar this morning and thought, that's okay. It's on at 10 o'clock tonight. That's fine. I've got plenty of time. I'll be back for that.
Yeah.
You're at a very interesting point in the narrative. We're approaching the fun fair of Ferris Hollow, say, sort of coastal town, and 2 of these guys, Aussie Rob and Jugs, are swinging their AK-47s as they approach.
Listen, Justin, so you know, my character, and I'll keep it brief because I've only introduced this guy 15 times, but just real briefly.
I think a quick recap.
I'm a retired, semi-professional, full contact juggler who's trying to get back at it. I'm trying to get back in the game, and I'm looking for juggleable objects anywhere I can find them. An aspect of my character is my intelligence, which is a 2 out of 10. That is my lowest stat, is my intelligence.
Okay.
And so that determines a lot of the actions that I take and a lot of the my understanding of the world around me.
Okay.
We do have
Cool.
AK-47s gained from our last session, or at least Aussie Rob and I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And just, Aussie Rob is a former ballet dancer turned bushranger, which is, I suppose, the Australian version of sort of Robin Hood, highwayman.
All right.
In training, but his perception is pretty low, so he's usually not got much of a clue what's going on. And his favorite weapon is an iron lint roller. So that's
an iron lint roller. Okay.
Iron lint roller, yeah. And his beard, which I'm not spelling today, does have the power to slow down time.
Tom, we got to get
that is an impressive power.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll work it in. And
okay.
Yeah, we do all have beard powers. Yeah.
We had to roll them because of a run-in with radioactive material, I think, of some sort.
Yes, that's it.
My beard
is,
I got a Cthulhu-ish sort of beard. And so far, I've made people go crazy and run in fear with it.
Nice.
I don't remember what else.
I have the beard whip, so I've got the Indiana Jones swinging momentum from my beard.
Okay.
I just love hearing this RPG explained, and Justin, like, what the fuck?
He's taking it really well.
Yeah. I mean, my jaw's a little sore from dropping, but other than that, it's all good.
Yeah. So that's what you walked in on.
Okay.
Where the sheriff's gaze amazingly falls from the AK-47 wielding nut jobs to your character, Justin, and she says, "Anna, who do we have here?" Justin, tell us about your character and who you're playing tonight.
So I took the advice of just basing this pretty much on me. So we have an amiable and slightly overweight middle-aged dad who's relatively clever but slightly broken.
Ouch, that's a bit close to the truth.
I don't have an AK-47, but I happen to have, because I also took the advice of I can bring a few things I've got in the house. I do have an axe.
Nice.
That I own. Well, I say own. It's in my garage. It's been in my garage for about 8 years since I borrowed it from a friend for a Halloween costume and never returned it. So I have a borrowed axe, which is my weapon of choice.
Yeah, and no team won't go to Justin's house. Don't upset him because he's got an axe.
Yours is better than this, probably, but this is functional.
Oh, we did a Halloween party the year after that one. I think that I went as Jack Nicholson from The Shining that year.
Nice.
I took the axe as my weapon.
Yeah.
And the following year was friends of ours have a big Halloween party every year, and the following year the theme was zombies attack the trailer park. So we went as kind of trailer trash, and my weapon for the zombies was basically a pitching wedge, which I had slotted into a slot on my belt. It was great.
That's not a bad weapon either, especially pitching.
Yeah, it's got a nice angle on it. It's got a nice angle on it for getting damage, and
this is a perfect segue into one of the main mechanics of this RPG. So we don't have any stats until your character tries to do something. So basically, if you wanted to hit someone with your axe, we ask you to tell a personal anecdote, and then based on the anecdote, we'll assign you a stat. I think already you have a very strong weapon skill story based on this.
Nice.
Trailer park shining.
Well, I have experience of fighting off zombies with a golf club, of trying to murder my family with an axe, if you want to extrapolate that.
all good life skills.
Yeah, I think so.
We've got a tank in the party. Yes,
that's right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, tank maybe in size. Yeah, I could do with losing a few stone, but not in constitution. I don't think.
The other thing is you need to roll a d20 so we can choose your mutant beard power, Justin.
No worries.
Hatch the beard.
D20 right here. What do we got? 17.
17. Okay. Precognition.
Ooh.
Yes.
Your
That's
beard has grown up into your brain and imparted precognitive abilities. It can see.
I like that. So how do they manifest? Do they help me in combat by letting me know what my opponent's going to do before they do it?
You may use this power once per session to take control of narrative rights from the GM.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay.
Oh.
So at some point, if it's going wrong, that's our escape button. I like it.
That's our mulligan.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
A complete dick and things are going right.
That's an option I hadn't considered. I like it.
Just indicate to me when you wish to use your beard power, if you do.
All right.
Other than that, straight percentile system, roll under the target to succeed. So 0 to 5 is crit success. 95 to 100 is a crit fail.
On
Perfect.
D100 if you have two D10s or
I have two D10s. Yeah, I've got percentage dice. One of them actually is 10s, so it will be easy for me to know which ones. And a D6 as well. I've got one of those too. Yeah.
I'm coming to learn that people in the UK, or at least on that side of the lake, have a lot more D&D experience and know-how and dice and just general D&D-ness about them than us over here in the boring ass states. It's making me a little jealous, but I'm dealing with it.
I don't know. That may be. I don't know. That may be true. I mean, I've been playing different systems for probably like 25 years. But it wasn't D&D I started out playing. A friend of mine really liked the hero system, so we played a lot of hero system stuff, but in a fantasy setting.
Well, D&D or any kind of tabletop. I think it feels like it's more common for you guys over there, and I only ever wanted to my whole life, but none of my friends were nerdy enough to
I was
that
the same.
sounds disparaging, but
no, I was the same. I had the same thing. I was aware of it, but I never because my friend group that was in work wasn't in, and
Yeah,
I've got
no.
a great regret. So
Mine
I
were all
get
hooligans. My friends were all criminals and hooligans, and nobody wanted to do cool stuff.
I think it depends. It depends on your friend group, really. I mean, I didn't play as a kid. I was like, I think I was 19 or 20 when I started playing, because then I met a friend who was really into it and liked to DM and run games, and so he ran games for us. But yeah, I never played as a kid. Then again, maybe this does actually fit your theory, because I grew up in the States. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That I did know, but yeah.
I did not know. I have not done research on Justin because this is not a standard interview, so I have not probed into his past very far.
Hey,
Sorry,
I didn't even show up on time. I think you're good.
Well, I did prepare by reading his book, so at least I did that. So, yeah.
One of us.
And I appreciate that very much. That's my favorite kind of preparation.
Which I was extolling the virtues to the guys there, and even the one that I went all the way to Edinburgh to collect. I haven't. That's going to be up soon. So Justin set aside a book for me, which is back in Australia and made it back.
Nice. Awesome.
That was set aside for me. So that might be one of my tales when I need to get some points.
Nice.
Not sure
that was commitment. That was a long way to go just to get a signed book. I loved it.
It was. It was worth it. It was a good shop.
Okay. Right. The gates of Ferris Hollow. The situation's a little bit tense. There is a sheriff who's patting her six-slinger revolver, Justin, as these guys are walking up with their guns, and now you've shown up with an axe. Next to her is a very, very heavy set, shaven-headed, white guy, big scar on his face, looking like he could bend metal with his bare hand. It is a face-off. Which one of you are going to break the tension? I'm assuming Aussie Rob's still whirling his AK around his head.
I'm just sort of whirling around. Well, do you think I would break the tension with some interpretive dance?
You are a ballet. You are ex-ballet.
I'm just sort of maybe use my former ballet skills just to sort of diffuse the situation.
I'm gonna stand by the question: how much is admission? Because I'm mistaking the whole place to be just a fun park that I want to get in. I want to ride some rides and find some juggling pins.
We'll come on to the admission question in a moment, but I believe Charlie is wanting to tell us his ballet story.
Oh, you know when you speak before you really think.
You've danced before. Let's hear it.
Your best interpreted dance and or ballet story, and we'll see.
Well, I've danced on a few tables after a few beers in my time. Hasn't always ended well. Usually with falling off said table. But using the power of sort of floppiness induced by alcohol, I've sort of survived there. I have walked a catwalk before, if that counts.
Absolutely.
You've walked a catwalk?
Yeah, well, not a very grand catwalk, but I have done it in front of other people, yes. I did. When I first went to the UK and I was probably 18 or 19, and I got drafted into this sort of fashion show I did for a charity, and it was myself, one other guy, and about 20 similarly aged young ladies. So it wasn't as horrible as it sounded.
No.
What were you wearing?
Just to clarify, it was wasn't anything inappropriate or too revealing, but lots of practicing walking up and down in corridors with great intent. So yeah. And we did get a write up in the paper, I think. So it was for, I think, for NSP.
Did you have the strut? Were you shaking your ass?
Oh yeah. We did that together through the walk. So this is pre Zoolander, so I didn't even have that to guide me.
You didn't have the face.
Blue steel.
Blue steel.
No, that's it. If it had been post Zoolander, I definitely would have been pulling some blue steel at the end of the runway. So remember, embryonic blue steel, or more blue aluminium, perhaps.
I'm going to call it a 20.
Okay.
You don't have much ballet experience from the sound of things.
Not really. As I said, I didn't think it through very well.
Yeah, but I think you should roll and try and land less than a 20 on the dice.
Okay, so this is.
Can I just back away slowly as he starts
Yeah.
to...
Yeah,
I'm worried
wish
about
I
this AK-47 he's swinging around.
Yeah,
I wish I was
No,
smart
no.
enough to back away.
No one's checked if I've got the safety off, so or on.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I need a D20 then. A 4.
Ooh, that's a
D1
critical success.
Was that
Wow.
on D20 or a D100? Because it's on 100.
Oh,
not
sorry.
20.
I might have done wrong. Okay, we'll try again. So I did a 53. Sorry, beg your pardon. Wrong die.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Not a critical success.
To be fair, is more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin, you're probably right to back away from Aussie Rob.
Fucking guns can go off, isn't
He's
it?
swinging his AK-47 about his head and then starts trying to do an interpretive dance on top of that. And it just becomes this whirling dervish and lurches from one side to another. And you're all very sure that he has not put the safety on the AK-47. Everyone is backing away slowly from Aussie Rob at this stage. In response to your question, Jugs, the sheriff shakes her head. This ain't for outsiders. Why don't y'all turn around and just leave before your friend hurts somebody or himself?
I'm going to do something bold. I'm going to attempt to beard whip her weapon out of her holster.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how you're going to ask for a story about
The beard whip.
I won't make you do an anecdote for beard power because it's a beard power. So let's just call it a straight up. What would you even call that? Dexterity?
Or athletics or something, maybe. Yeah, dex.
Got a pretty good dex. Got a dex of 7.
Yeah.
So he's saying under 70?
Yeah.
12. Yeah.
Very nice. Your nice. Your beard hair whips around the handle of her 6-shooter, and you tug your head to the side and whoop, pull that thing from the holster. Your beard is flexing around as this is now 6-slinger, as well as the AK-47 in Aussie Rob's hands, is now raining around in the air. Thankfully, the safety is on this one. And congratulations, you have yourself a new gun.
Nice. I'll say you can have it back when we come back. We just want some fun.
Perfect.
The sheriff looks at her empty holster and goes, well, I'll be. You're not here to rob the place or cause trouble, are you?
Oh, no.
We want to hit the rides. We want to find something to juggle.
Yeah.
Fine, but don't shoot anything. Give me my gun back and be out of here by sundown. Go on. She gestures to the very large gentleman, who then grunts and wrenches open the gates. There's that screech of rusted metal as he does so. He beckons you inside, and it's almost like a main street, like Disney style. Like it's all boardwalk. There's low levels of LED lighting running up and down this concourse. Either side, there's a lot of boarded up. There used to be shops like candy floss stalls, souvenir shops. They're all kind of gone. Like no one buys souvenirs in an apocalypse. There's a few sort of fairground attractions. I mentioned there's a Helter Skelter that's sort of off to your left as you go in. There's a number of different stalls, like hook a duck, throw the ball in the basket sort of thing. Then right directly in front of you is this great imposing Ferris wheel, almost completely scorched black at this stage. And emblazoned in front of this Ferris wheel is Ferris Hollow.
Is it running? Is it moving?
It's not currently moving, no.
Does it
Are
look
there
like
people?
it could?
Mm,
Ooh.
in terms of people, there's the sheriff, there's her henchman who closing the gate behind you. They're just watching you very carefully at this stage. There's a man and a woman. One of them's manning the duck stall. The other one's manning you get those like basketball games at the fairground. She's managing one of those. You don't really see anyone else at the moment.
So no patrons.
Can I go play the basketball game?
Indeed.
I'm going with him.
Yeah. Let's all have a go.
All right. You step up to the basketball game. The lady on the counter, and you've got like her flannel shirt is tied in a knot, like Daisy Dukes, like sweat-backed hair, looking pretty amazing. She's quite clearly trying to draw the punters in, not casting any aspersions on you fine gentlemen, of course, that you've headed straight to the basketball game. She's chewing some gum and then watches you approach. Hi, going to play some ball, huh? Which one of you coming up first?
Yeah, I'll have a go. What are the prizes?
Well, I can do you a few tokens, earn enough, and you can start exchanging them for prizes.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll have a go.
Okay. Do you have a stat for dexterity, Justin?
I kind of quickly did a sort of scribble down thing. I went for about 14 because I am relatively dexterous. I like to think I have decent reactions, and I've played a lot of sport when I was younger.
Okay. Any particular sporting memory that stands out in relation to?
For this one, yeah, there is. It was great. So I played university. I played basketball at university, and our team won the Scottish Championship like 3 years in a row. I was a bench player, so I was not starting five. But there was one game we were playing against these guys, and they had one star player, and I came off the bench, and this guy came to mark me, and he was really arrogant, and he was kind of taunting me and kind of faking at me, and he just stood back off me and went, "Go on, shoot." So I did from the top of the arc, and I hit it, and it was the best feeling in the world. And the entire bench erupted. Like our captain was on the bench, and he was like nearly on the court, like, "Yes, in your face." It was my favorite moment playing basketball.
That's a
so
big
much.
one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It was everyone on the bench just like, oh, and it was the most amazing feeling. I was like, if I had missed that, it would have just been ridiculous. But it was like I hit it, and I was like, yes, love it.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, that's cool. That taking your dex into account. Yeah, I'm gonna call it 70. So rolling the 70
okay.
to make the shot.
Let's see if I can get under that. What have we got? 68. Only just.
One of those ones where it's like hits the rim, boom, goes around, and then just goes in.
Yeah.
The woman just like blows a bubble, goes. Nice. That was close.
It was close.
She just hands you a reel of tickets and gives you a wink. My name's Gina. Maybe come see me a bit later on if you want more of these things.
You impressed her.
Judge,
Right,
she turns her attention to you. You?
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna.
step up?
How? So are there multiple balls? I want to see if I can juggle. I'm gonna say, guys, watch this. I'm gonna try to juggle the basketballs.
Okay.
I say, guys, watch this, but I'm also in my head. I'm like, is this the perfect trilogy of juggleable objects? And I'm gonna try it.
We haven't actually seen Jugs make an attempt to juggle.
To juggle anything. Listen,
any of these sessions.
First, you're impressed.
Yeah.
I have a juggle skill down here. I'm not going to tell you because it's shit. So you'll have to. I don't know when I got it. I'm one of the other sessions, I guess.
Maybe.
Should I be honest and tell you that it's a 20?
Ooh. Ooh.
You definitely
Well,
need some practice.
I'm ready.
You can just give it a go, and we'll see what happens.
Come on now. 71.
So you're not used to juggling basketballs, let alone
I'm not used to
three of them.
this. That's what I say.
Yeah, it just doesn't go well. I mean, nothing bad happens. You just drop all three in quick succession, and everyone just looks at you in a very disappointed manner. Gina said, "I ain't gonna live forever. You have a shoot or what?"
I'm so crushed that I just hand the balls off. I don't even try to take a shot.
Oh, poor Jugs.
Is anyone else gonna?
I'll put my arm around Jugs and lead him off to another game.
Okay. So,
I'll pick up the basketballs and hand them back.
yeah, I think it's best as Rob, given his previous dancing performance, sits this one out. But
But I've got tokens now. I've got tokens.
yeah, he's got the tokens. Now I know that we haven't got to the first where, but is there any other games like that? We have one here in Australia where they're clown heads that go back and forth, and you put balls into their mouths, and it comes down into a slot, and you get you get a number.
Oh, yeah.
Each slot's numbered.
Yeah,
So I'm wondering whether we have that, but possibly they might be real clowns' heads. I'm thinking a row of decapitated clowns.
I tell you what, yes, there is, and you notice that they're actually severed zombie heads which are chomping and have been painted to look like clowns.
Excellent. I want to go on that.
Still animated zombie heads.
Yeah.
They're still, they've kept the nerve endings intact, so they're still alive. Well,
So
as alive as a zombie could be, and yeah, they're just snapping away, waiting for someone to throw a ball in their mouth. There's a guy behind this sort of stall. He's pretty rough, tough looking, like, greasy, slick back hair. He's got a very tight white shirt on, like real carny style guy.
Missing teeth.
He sees you coming over, Aussie Rob, and he just sort of grins that sharkish, fun fair stall kind of grin at you. You want to give the clowns a go there, tough guy?
Oh, yeah, sure, of course. I've got no clue. I think he's just being friendly.
I think it's time for an anecdote about throwing balls in a mouth.
Well,
Wow.
I'm sorry. I had to at least say it. I'm sorry.
Is this a family RPG? Or...
I was going to call it a normal Dex, but if you want a story about Charlie's balls in someone's mouth, there you go.
oh, dear God. Yeah. What did I do to you, Jugs?
I'm sorry.
Well, is that the story?
I cannot say that I've not been in the same country yet. So
Or continent.
Yeah, or continent for that matter. Yeah.
Yet is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yet operative word.
Well, I like to think that life throws certain things at you.
Balls.
Balls. I don't know about that. No, you got me on a. But things that bite. I do live in a country that, as we know, there's a lot of creatures and other things that quite like to bite. I wouldn't probably put my balls anywhere near them, but certainly been bitten. I have been bitten on the leg by a spider, but that's sort of not really. Well, it's quite close to that region if you want to get too personal, but not too close. So, that's having sitting down on a chair as a kid and feeling something where it shouldn't be. And
I'm not sure how this translates to the game at hand, but I'm all ears.
But
the reason why I think it possibly is that there's an element of danger in terms of we've got zombies, got mouths. You're gonna have to get your fingers through those chomping teeth to get the get the ball in, or timing well. So I think the fact that I'm willing to put my body on the line count for something. Now, I did say in that case,
Wow.
put my thigh into the mouth of a spider. Now, admittedly, not on purpose, but that's details. Let's not quibble about things like that. We'll keep the balls safe for today.
I generally don't know how that translates into.
Now, good luck. Over to you.
I want to call it a 35.
Okay. Cool. Right. So let me roll. It's 100 again, isn't it? So I'm using my app on my phone, so that's why I have to always just turn it back on again.
D100. Roll under 35.
Okay. Oh no, hang on. 45. That's not good.
I'm glad it's not your balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not your balls.
I'm losing a finger, aren't I? This isn't
You're
good.
not losing a finger, but these zombie heads or zombie clown heads are much too snappy for your liking. So each time you go near, it's like, so you fail to get a ball where a ball should be in this context. You don't get bitten.
No, obviously. Okay.
You didn't roll that badly, but it's an unsuccessful attempt. And the guy watching you goes, you know what? It doesn't really matter if we make it or not.
Are we living on a prayer?
That's exactly where I was. I was like, what's the next line?
I want to ask the guy.
Does that mean he gets tokens even though he didn't succeed?
True.
He gets a token. The guy just sort of licks it and presses it to Ozzy Rob's forehead so it sticks.
A pity token. I'll take it.
I'm going to go
Just there
wash that.
Ozzy Rob
I
just
ask
turns
him.
around. You'll see him, the token on his forehead.
Yeah.
I want to ask the carny there. I don't know if that's a derogatory word. I want to ask the staff member there. Are there juggling pins anywhere? Is there a game that features juggling pins?
There's a Skittles game that you can try if you want.
I'll give it a go. Yeah, let's check it out.
Follow
Sounds
me. He steps out from behind the zombie clown bull stand and just leads you to a few stores over. And you do notice that the only two members of staff present are him and Gina. He glances at the Ferris wheel as you all walk on by it, and then takes his position behind the Skittles. So he throws you a ball. He goes, normally we get you to knock over the Skittles, but if you want to juggle, don't make me stop you.
So it's where you ping you throw it and try to knock the bowling pins off the thing type of game? Okay.
But he says, you know what? If you can juggle all 10 of these Skittles, I'll make it worth your while in token.
All 10 at once?
Yeah, do it.
There's too many jugglers around here. I mean, come on.
I'm going to try it. My intelligence tells me that I have a chance.
That's even Dumb and Dumber. You're telling me there's a chance?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
You can roll for it.
God damn it. Why is my juggling so horrible? I was a professional or
I love that
semi-professional.
your juggling is horrible. It just makes it so much interesting.
Come on now. God damn it. 76. Catastrophic failure. Not quite critical.
This is your moment. You step up. You're holding 10 Skittles in both of your hands. You throw them all up in the air at once, and then helplessly flail as they all clatter around you.
I'm gonna have to change my name.
The Carney staff member just crosses his arms and shakes his head. And again, sticks 1 token to your forehead.
Well, better than nothing. I'll put it in my pocket.
DB, what are you doing at this moment in time? You've watched these 3 guys succeed and fail to succeed in these games.
From what I know of Jugs's Cthulhu beard, are they quite dexterous?
I should have used it.
Your tentacles.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have slowed down time for you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm going to say to the guy, you've seen how good he is at juggling. If he can juggle all 10, will you give us 100 tokens?
You mean the guy that just dropped all of those skills?
Yeah, I think he was just having a bad moment. I think he can do it.
It's just a warm up. It's just a warm up.
Yeah, practice round.
Yeah,
If he fails, I'll give you this revolver.
Ooh, got yourself a deal. He's cracked his knuckles and then
I'll give Rob a little nod, and I'll give Jugs a little nod. You know what to do, boys.
Okay, so now with significant assist, I don't know if if it's a Cthulhu beard, feasibly has tentacles that can help me out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a bit of slow time.
Especially with if I can just get them out of the air at my own pace, because Ozzy Rob has slowed down time, at least for me or for the pins.
Tell you what, I'll give you plus 20 for your Cthulhu beard, and plus 20 if Ozzy Rob is going to assist you by manipulating time.
Okay, it's a total of 60. I've been rolling 70s today. I feel like it's time.
It's time.
But I pick all the pins up again. I'm holding them like this. One would think there's not a chance in hell. Here I go.
Carly leans in.
41.
Nice.
I need to let Jugs describe this moment.
Okay.
As to what happened.
I do this. I just throw everything in the air, and it's going so slowly. So I'm kind of just handling stuff, and the lowest one, at any point, whichever one's lowest, I just kind of either tap it or hit it with my other hand or grab it and place it, or my beard grabs it and kind of chucks it directly up. And
I'm imagining you leaning back slightly Matrix style, sort of.
Yeah.
Keeping everything in the air.
Yeah.
After this whole scene
and I'm doing this, guys, look, because of how surprised I am.
the guy just goes, oh, God damn. Hand you an entire roll of tickets to DB. Could have done with that gun. You just hear this shout from across the way from Gina. Tommy, you son of a bitch!
Ha! It took me a second. Sorry. I just clocked that.
Yeah.
At this point, can everyone just make me a perception check? Just roll a straight D100 and tell me what you get.
Okay. Bad. 85.
Yeah. I got 8. I got 80.
80.
Yeah.
57.
Okay. Justin?
50.
50. Okay. So, Jugs and Justin, as all the cacophony of celebration from Aussie Rob, firing his AK-47 into the air, DB Rogue just flicking through all of these reels of tickets he's got. The two of you just hear a psst, psst, It's coming from the boarded up souvenir shop.
Ooh,
Okay.
let's go look at that.
In a rare display of intelligence that I normally don't have, I want to stealthily get everyone's attention to come with us and go over and look as if we're buying souvenirs. Because I gather that somebody wants to remain secret.
Yeah, from
Let's
the
do it.
boarded up souvenir shop.
Let's get souvenirs, guys.
Okay.
I got a coin. I got one token. Ozzy's got one.
I got my one token, which I've just remembered is still on my forehead.
DB and Justin,
Well, you're not
they're
gonna
like
lose it.
in the arcade with just like token after token after token, just rinsing the things. You two just have one each. Yeah, you walk over to the souvenir shop, and just peering out from one of the boarded up windows is a very elderly man, like almost totally bald, apart from a few tufts of white hair on either side of his head. Very sort of scraggly, dirty white beard as well. And he's there going, psst, psst.
Hello.
So Justin and Jugs, you're more attuned to this this old man than DB and Ozzy. The old man goes, "Don't go near that Ferris wheel now. I've been telling them all about the critters there, but they don't listen to old George, do they? They don't listen to me. You gotta get out of Ferris Hollow and do it fast before it's too late."
I look over at the sun
Wow.
and I'm like, no, we got plenty of time.
I can't think of any time when people have ignored the warnings of an old man that it's gone badly for them.
Unheard of.
Never happens.
Yeah.
I'm
See
now
that?
interested in the Ferris wheel, actually. My curiosity is now like,
Right.
what kind of creatures?
I'm looking at it too, and it looks really fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you mean that one? It looks fun.
Yeah.
No one
Ozzy
takes
Rob's
a look at
like, hell yeah, we're going on
Go
that.
near it. There's bad news, that Ferris wheel. You hear me?
I got a lot of questions for this guy, but I just don't know if Jugs has a lot of questions for this guy.
Why
Ozzy Rob's
is it bad
convinced-
news? What kind of creatures are there?
They're creatures. They come out. They're clicking around and they get inside your head. Nobody listens to me. Nobody thinks they're real, but they're real. They come out of the Ferris wheel. You gotta get out of here.
I think he's a part of the thing, and he's like there to drum up suspense. And I'm gonna be like, guys, that sounds awesome.
And,
Let's go ride it.
And this is from the guy with an intelligence of 2. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Ozzy Rob's limited perception, he's convinced that this guy is doesn't want us to go on there because it's so much fun.
Because
He's making stuff up.
we'll have too much fun.
I'm just totally curious. I want to know what it is.
Yeah.
Daryl, this is the good thing about making a very dumb character. I can get away with making dumb decisions. Now you have to decide whether you're joining us on this.
I've not heard the guy whispering, have I? So I'm just kind of looking around.
Okay.
We thought just Justin and Jugs have heard the old guy. So
All right. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about then. I just want to go on the Ferris wheel.
I've heard there's
Well,
beasts.
I'm happy to say, hey, guys. There's a really creepy old dude here who says we shouldn't go near the Ferris wheel.
Then let's do it.
What
I
does
mean,
he
it
know?
seems like the only way we're going to have some fun here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everything else is broken. That roller coaster's broken. Everything's broken.
Yeah, the Ferris wheel that looks like it's been on fire several times is much more fun.
Looks
Yeah.
pretty safe.
It'll give us a great vantage point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
we
your
do.
thinking. We can see from
Out
above.
the
We
way.
can see what's going on below. Yeah, I like it.
So the party makes their way towards the Ferris wheel. And no one stops you. You walk past Tommy and Gina. They're arguing just over the amount of tickets you guys have walked away with. You shoot a glance back towards the gates. The sheriff and a henchman currently are nowhere to be seen. But you make your way to the Ferris wheel itself. You approach the ticketing booth. There's like in a fairground ride, you have the metal sort of fencing that snakes around. That makes the queue. Like, that's completely empty. Nothing but dust and the occasional bit of litter just lying around the place. And there's the slow, sort of gentle clank as the breeze hits the Ferris wheel and the mechanism starts swaying a little in the breeze. But other than that, seems like a perfectly normal Ferris wheel as you approach it.
Aside from the scorch marks and stuff.
Aside from all the scorch marks, but it's the apocalypse. Everything's
scorched.
Yeah.
I'm skipping through the empty queue like it's my luckiest day.
Aussie Rob's just hoping he's going to be above that. You have to be above this height to ride.
Tall enough to ride.
I'm more worried about hitting my head on the top of the thing.
Yeah. Justin's got the other problem.
He's got the opposite problem.
So, Jugs, you skip your way to the front of the line. The three of you, the others, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm following him. I'm not skipping quite as much as him.
All right.
I wonder if we figure out how to spread weight around this rickety old Ferris wheel and do sort of 1, 4, 7 or however.
Do you mean we're not all getting in the same car? Because nothing could go wrong.
Well, as soon as he mentioned that, yeah.
Well, it's a 12-cart Ferris wheel. It's big, but there's 12 different carts. So at the bottom at the moment, it's only possible to access the one. Like, it will move along. You get in one. You will fit 4 people to one of these carts. And then the thing will shift around and so on and so forth.
Is there somebody there to run it? I missed that.
Sorry, Justin?
Is there somebody there to run it, to take tickets and run it?
There is one person, not in the ticketing booth itself, but sort of leaning against the central pillar of the Ferris wheel. He has his back to you, and he's wearing these navy blue, very dark navy blue engineer's overalls, like sort of dungaree style things. African American, completely shaven heads, just like a sort of wispy bit of black hair still remains. But he's got his back to you, and there's a trail of smoke just sort of reaching up to the sky, like the guy's smoking. Doesn't seem to have heard any of you approaching.
He's not on fire then. That's good.
No.
Yeah, he's smoking a cigarette.
Cigarette, yeah.
Rather than even smoking.
Nothing more untoward than slowly giving himself lung cancer.
I'm gonna say, hey, is this ride running? Excuse me, sir. Is this running? Sorry.
A very long drag on the cigarette. Without turning around, he goes, "Nope."
But that old man over there, he said it was.
That old man sure spouts some crazy shit. I suggest you don't listen to him and you go try the other amusements.
But I have a token. I'll pay you a token. I'll produce my token.
The man turns around. Pretty unassuming looking guy, but a serious scowl on his face as he looks at the 4 of you. I don't want your goddamn token. I told you the wheel ain't running. So I suggest you turn around and find something else to do with your time.
My shoulders slump.
Is it broken?
I ain't broken. Works exactly the way it should. Just ain't running right now.
Why not?
That's none of your concern.
Guys, I really want to ride this fucking Ferris wheel, guys.
The customer's always right.
During the apocalypse, had a scorched Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I'd say at this point, Ozzy Rob's bottom lip's quivering. There's tears welling in his eyes.
Look at what you did to Ozzy Rob.
And he's with a stuttering voice. He said, "What can we do to make it work?"
Look, you've upset our small child.
DB and Justin, can you both make me persuasion checks, please?
Come on, guys.
For D100?
Yeah, just call it a D100.
28.
Ooh, nice.
84.
So DB, the man's scowl just becomes even more severe. But Justin, your comment gives the man pause for a few moments before he says, "It don't matter if your child is sad he can't ride the Ferris wheel. It's not running. You understand?"
That's a shame.
That is a shame.
I feel sad now. I feel sad for Ozzy Rob.
At this point, Justin, you do notice he's reached for a very large sort of industrial wrench that he had strapped to his tool belt, and he's just drawn it out. And he now starts hitting it in the palm of his hand. "They don't want anyone to ride the wheel."
Who doesn't want anyone to ride the wheel?
"They don't want anyone to ride the wheel. Y'all need to go."
Who's they?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him. I'm going to say, listen, I know you're really busy, but I just did the coolest juggling trick in my entire life. And I was hoping to share a fun ride with my friends. If this Ferris wheel's not working, tell me a cool ride around here that is.
Y'all can go on the roller coaster. All it needs is to be switched on.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. We'll come back when the Ferris wheel's working.
The Ferris wheel is working, goddammit.
Well, now I understand why we can't get on.
They don't want you to ride it.
Can we talk to them?
At this point, he backs away and he just grabs at his head like, "Ugh, they don't want you on the Ferris wheel."
I think this guy's crazy, guys.
Yeah.
I think he's being controlled by something. I think we need to just kind of run past him and try and jump on it and see what happens.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
ask
plan.
him.
We need a plan.
I'm in.
I want to know who doesn't want us on. My curiosity is just overpowering me. I want to know who doesn't want us on the Ferris wheel and why not.
Can't stop
No
us
one-
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's Area 51 it.
Yeah. As we can get on one at a time as it goes round, there'll be no problem.
Okay.
Well, all we can do is all get on one car and then it's not going anywhere, but at least we're on it.
Yeah. Let's put all our eggs in one basket.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You're all just Zerg rushing this guy.
He seemed distracted. So
yeah. Can you all make me this? If I could call it a Dex check, D100. Add your Dex bonus to it.
17.
Ooh.
That's officially a good roll.
I've got 22.
Mm-hmm.
When we-
how do I do my Dex bonus? Sorry.
yeah,
Whatever your deck stat is, you can add that to your roll. So technically,
Add or subtract? Oh, we're adding.
yeah.
We're adding this time. Okay, cool. So 68.
Okay.
I rolled a 7. Dex is 10, so 17.
That's good. Okay. All right. So Ozzy, DB, and Jugs, you book it past this guy. And as you're doing that, he screams and swings his wrench. And Justin, he does manage to hit you with it. What's your constitution stat?
Ooh, 10.
10. Okay.
Very average.
All right. All right, fine. You see it come in, and you can just sort of dodge out the way, and this heavy wrench whistles past your face, which is just as well, because that would have hurt.
Mm.
Do you want to keep on going for the Ferris wheel, or do you want to try and attack this guy back?
Ooh. I mean, it feels like we've got to have a fight at some point, right?
Let's kill somebody.
And I've got an axe. So it feels like it would be a shame not to use it.
Yeah.
Limber up.
Yeah, let's hit him with the axe. He tried to hit me with a wrench. That's not nice.
No,
I mean,
rude.
you've already told us a story where you went as Jack Nicholson to a Halloween party.
I did. That's true.
I'm going to call this a weapon skill of 65.
Nice. So I want to roll below that. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's not good. That's 86. That's the wrong way around.
Okay. Yeah, you take a wild swing in return with your axe, but the guy just dodges, brings his wrench up, and there's this shower of sparks as the axe goes ching and hits the wrench. But no harm done. I say we're in a fight now, so let's just all roll a dex check and call this initiative and see who's going first from here.
D100?
Yep.
31. Oh, do I add my dex?
Yep.
45.
Okay.
106.
Wow.
I am 27.
DB?
53.
So, Ozzy, you're going first. Basically, what you've seen so far is this guy take a swing at Justin, and Justin take a wild swing at him with the axe.
Hey, just making sure. You got mine was 106, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're dead last, Jugs. Sorry.
Oh, it was supposed to be low?
Yeah.
Damn it. These dice are...
Yeah, Aussie Rub.
Yeah.
What does Aussie Rub do in this situation? You're going first.
I'm going first, so I've got to get past this guy. Hey,
You already
ready.
passed him.
I'm past him. Oh well, then I'm getting on the Ferris wheel.
Okay,
Whilst
you don't know Justin, really.
shoving Bagsy's first seat.
Yeah, I mean, you just met the guy. Let him fight with the engineer. Fine, yeah, you're on the Ferris wheel. Aussie Rob seated. Okay, Justin, there's no help from Aussie. What are you doing?
Might swing again. See if I can hit him this time.
Do it.
God damn it.
Not good.
Yeah, 90. I'm just going to keep rolling higher with every attempt, apparently.
Could have been worse.
I mean,
106.
this is almost like a lightsaber style battle with an axe and a wrench.
Yeah.
Like lots of ting ting. But this guy's expertly fending you off with every wild swing of the axe. And hey, he's going to go for you next. Okay. What was your constitution again?
10.
Okay. You have a choice. You can roll to try and parry because he's otherwise hitting you, or you can just let him hit you. You can try and dodge
I
or
will
parry.
definitely roll to parry.
Cool. Okay. So just roll for me.
Well, that's better. 14.
Oh, nice. So this time, he takes a wild lunge at you with a wrench. You deflect it to one side with like the head of your axe, and then you get a glancing blow on him. But instead of seeing like blood emerge from the cut in this region, like the shoulder, the inner bicep, there's just an open wound. No blood, nothing. Everything's sort of already congealed.
Oh, he dead.
Yeah.
DB.
See, I also have an axe. I think I'll have a swing as well.
Ooh. Okay, go for it.
40. I've not actually got a base skill on that.
You don't have a weapon story. And you're a fantasy author.
Have a weapon story, yeah. So, I do own numerous axes. All right. So, we do have a local axe throwing centre, which I'm a regular at, and I can hold my own throwing an axe.
Is that run by a guy with one hand or?
Actually, in Sheffield, we have about 4 or 5 axe throwing centres, weirdly. But there's a place down the road called Valhalla, which is very good. And I've been there many times, thrown many axes. Pretty good at it. I don't have an axe, a melee axe story, but I do own several axes on my wall.
Seems there's a very high axe ownership in the UK at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of axes. There's a lot of throwing axes, but there's not a lot of chopping with axes.
Yeah, technically, I don't own mine. It's just been living in my garage for 8 years.
Justin's just a statistic of axe ownership.
I mean, at what point have I gone past? Am I far enough away to throw my axe?
Yeah, you're far enough to throw your axe. So I'll let you call it an axe throwing skill specifically.
Excellent.
And because you're a regular, we'll call it 55. 55.
No.
Gosh, you're so stingy with us non-guests.
33. Yes.
Okay. So DB, you have your hatchet, throwing axe, meat cleaver,
Full size axe.
whatever it is. You toss your axe up in the air, catch
I
it.
did actually have it last time in physically, but not today.
Shame. You toss up in the air, catch it on the hilt, and go whoop. And this axe embeds into the engineer's forehead, like thunk, and his head jerks back. And at this point, the guy's body just explodes outwards right from the axe wound. And it's an uncountable number of these sort of large rat-sized wood-lice creatures all start spewing forth and skittering in all directions. And they all start racing towards all 4 of you.
Ugh.
It's like Mr. Oogie Boogie Man.
Jugs. There's basically a tide of very large woodlice-like creatures swarming towards all of you. What does Jugs do in this situation?
I'll tell you what he does, and it's not what I would do. He's gonna pull that AK-47 down and fucking unload and just.
For a horrible moment, I thought you said Jugs is going to try and juggle them.
Yeah.
But no, an AK-47 makes sense. Okay, yes. Have you got a weapon skill or shooting skill?
No, but I could probably come up with an anecdote.
Give me a quick shooting one.
We have a BB gun and a pellet gun, and I have taken apart some hard drives to get the metal discs out. I've hung them in trees in the backyard, and I can hit them at most any distance, at least with the pellet gun. It's got a sniper or scope on it. BB gun I'm pretty good with. Those are the highest caliber firearms that I own.
Okay.
I don't know how that equates to going, ah! But that's what I got.
I think I'll call your base weapon skill just a 50.
Okay, I'll take it.
But because you're kind of shooting into a swarm of creatures, you can add 20 to it. So roll under a 70.
Come on, dice. Come on, you motherfuckers. 29. God, I thought that was a 92.
Oh, yeah, you're about to do a lot of damage. It's a 3-round burst with an AK per round of action. So you need to roll 2d8 per round. So 2, 4. Roll 6 d8. I shouldn't have given you guys AK-47s.
I was wondering if you'd let us keep them.
Yeah. You'll pry it out of my cold, dead hand.
Just make them rust, Tom. You can do. All right. 4 d8s, you said.
Yep.
1, 6, 2, 6.
What'd you get in total?
Oh, 1, 6, 2, 12, 13, 15. Sorry, nice. I could have added those up, huh?
Yeah, my mental arithmetic is not the best. Yeah, so you start spraying, like these things also start exploding as they're hit. But as you're doing that, all 4 of you hear this scratching, scrabbling, and metal scraping behind you. And those of you who care to turn around and see what the source is, you see these same creatures pouring out of every single cabin of the Ferris wheel. And Aussie Rob, they're currently all crawling over you.
That's what you get for abandoning Justin.
One stuck in one of the cabins.
Right.
Okay. Luckily, it's your turn.
Hope you got that iron lint roller. Whack-a-mole.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it's too close to employ the AK-47 because I'm going to shoot myself.
At this point, you can't actually see your legs for the creatures.
Okay. I think it's going to be lint roller time.
Said no one ever.
No one ever.
Yeah. I mean, you have got some annoying things clinging to your clothes. So
yeah,
exactly the use of
it's what else would you use a lint roller in the post-apocalypse, but other than to debug yourself? I do have a bit of a story which I could just support that. Go back to the spiders again, but I remember when I was quite a young child, we had ceiling fans, in the rooms for using summer and stuff. And then I woke up one morning to find out what a huntsman spider, which is probably about the size of your palm, land on my shoulder. And that's how I got woken up. Suffice to say that I then flicked it off my shoulder and probably didn't pat it terribly gently into oblivion.
Direct experience of this sort of thing. Okay.
So there's a little bit of experience there. So, I'm finding these bugs a little bit traumatic, but I think I want to employ my lint roller.
We could call this a frantic bug swatting skill.
Yeah.
If you like a special
AKA
skill.
Tuesday in Australia.
I would have literally left the country after that.
Yeah. Set fire to the house, everything.
Yeah.
I'll nuke it from orbit, baby.
The guys know I find these regularly. When I find them in the house, I send them a photo. So
he does.
Yes, he does every single time.
Damn.
You can have a 60 for frantic insect swatting with a lint roller.
Excellent. Okay.
Frantic insect swat.
Now, what is that? 100 I need to roll? Or?
Yeah.
Roll under.
Roll under a 60 with it.
1.
No way.
No way.
One.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Just in case you thought I was lying.
Epic.
Now, I don't know what the three of you are thinking this situation with all the creatures, but for Aussie Rob, this is just a Friday. So you're like whack-a-mole, like these things are flying in all directions from Aussie Rob, and you've managed to keep all of your skin. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can I assist my brethren now that I've cleared myself?
You've saved yourself from near certain death, but we're now moving on to Justin.
Okay.
You've seen the guy in front of you explode into a swarm of these creatures, and there's more clacking their way behind you. What do you do?
I feel like it might be time to use my beard power.
Narrative rights over to you, Justin.
So, my first reaction as the bugs come towards me is obviously what everybody else would do. Scream very loudly and very frantically. And at the sound of that scream, the bugs start to shake and tremble. And they don't like the pitch of that scream, it seems. And I realize that. And so I keep screaming, and I encourage the eyes to do the same thing. I'm gesturing at them to scream.
Yeah. We'll
We all
harmonize.
join in. We have a
Wonderful
chorus of
scream,
screaming,
man.
and the bugs all tremble and shake, and then they start running away, and they scatter. And as quickly as they appeared, they're gone. They've disappeared into the dark.
Nice. Very good.
Just
At this point, I'm afraid to stop singing / screaming.
It's a sonic weapon.
yeah,
Nice.
4 shrieking beardsmen.
Yeah.
Bit of a Ferris wheel in the apocalypse, and a horde of these bug critters just track their way into the depths of the mechanisms of the Ferris wheel. And for now, the bugs have retreated. That does leave you with a Ferris wheel that's completely unguarded. There is a ticketing booth with a lever inside it. And the engineer did say that the Ferris wheel does work. Just saying.
Should we jump on and I'll beard whip the lever?
I was just going
Let's
to
do it.
suggest the very same.
What could go wrong?
We've earned a ride, surely.
You flip the switch. I'm assuming you'll cram into the same.
We all
cabin?
cram in, yeah, with
Yeah,
Ozzy.
yeah.
Okay. So the Ferris wheel clanks and clanks. There's a slight metal grinding noise, and then you start to judder forwards and go up and up and up. What you do notice as you're reaching the crest of the Ferris wheel is that, yes, the creatures did run away from your shrieking, but a lot of them ran into the town, and you watch below as the sheriff henchman, and Tommy and Gina are all surrounded by said creatures. Sheriff is gunless, thanks to DD Rook.
Well,
She goes down.
Them's the breaks.
She
6
goes
wouldn't have
down.
gotten her far.
Yeah, she goes down first. She just gets swarmed by the fuckers, and
DP, you get to keep the gun.
yeah. You haven't got to give it back anymore.
you just see like this massive bugs in a very humanoid shape that's waving around and shaking before it just falls over and then twitches, and then the bugs move away and there's nothing but a patch of gore below. Big guy does better. He's retreating his way towards the gates. He's got an auto shotgun, like one of those like AR-55 ones, like So he's currently fending them off away from himself. Tommy is armed with a switchblade, which isn't that effective, but he's a little bloodied, but he's still alive. Gina is limping heavily, swats a bug off her thigh, and she's just wailing on him with a pistol.
I go, best day ever.
So you're at the top of the Ferris wheel, and do the four of you have any plans when you get to the bottom?
I was going to ask if we're halfway there, but
You're at the top.
Living on a prayer.
So from up here,
We
can
need
we
to,
see
we
anything
need
that
to
looks like
do it up.
speakers or something like that? Can we see anything that might amplify sound?
Is there a stage type stuff?
Actually, yeah, there's not so much a stage, but it's
karaoke bar.
like in those American restaurants, you used to get the animatronics, like Five Nights at
Yeah,
Freddy's.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those.
Chuck E.
It's like-
Cheese.
Like a barbershop quartet, like a faux Ferris wheel behind them, and just 3 robots. Currently powered down, not doing anything. And Justin, you do notice either side of them is like these tannoy speakers facing out towards Ferris Hollow. So yes, it does look like there's means to create a lot of noise if you were so inclined.
I think that's a plan.
Yeah.
Are we getting the band back together?
And I know exactly what song we're going to cover.
Yeah.
I feel like we were pointed in that direction almost.
Uncanny.
So this stage, the other thing you start to notice, all of you, is a very low, rumbling, chitinous moan. And
Sorry, I'm hungry.
not quite Aussie Rob's stomach, but coming from beneath you, like deep within the machinery of the Ferris
dear.
wheel. Do any of you want to look down?
Yep. I do.
Sure. Why not?
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
What have we got to lose?
Yeah. You look down and you see armor plating, like insect-like armor plating. But this one isn't so much a woodlouse. It's the next form. This thing's big, like 10 foot tall, big, and standing up right below you. And its large bug eyes look towards you. And it has 2 very large crab-like claws sort of unfurl, and then it starts snapping at you and waiting for you to finish your descent on the Ferris wheel.
I think we should get into like a West Side Story kind of situation where we click back
Yeah.
in and see
Well, didn't they have the
get a
song?
little dance
like-
routine going when we get to
Yeah.
the bottom.
We've got a
I'm
couple
sure-
of minutes to harmonise.
Who didn't they have the song "Life's a Roller Coaster"? Or was that Westlife?
I can't remember.
I think they did a music video like based on that sort of thing. No, it's Uptown Girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was. I'm sure there was a life. Hang on, I got to check this out. Oh, mate, it's right.
Life is a Roller Coaster was Ronan Keating, I think.
No,
Ah,
no,
yes.
it was Ronan Keating. Yes,
Yeah, it was Ronan. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
there we are. Potato. No offense. So you're all descending towards this insect-like creature, this big fucker,
Singing.
snapping your fingers along with its claws to Boyzone / Ronan Keating / Westlife.
Well, I could be wrong, but this sounds like a dance-off.
You would be. I mean, you can always attempt to have a dance-off with the creature. I can't say it would go too well.
I'm not the smartest in the party, but I am not leaning toward dancing off against that thing down there.
I'd love to see it.
Maybe Maybe there's a dance off to be had to distract it while we get to the microphones.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll dance. You guys get to the mics.
Oh my gosh.
He's heroically sacrificing himself.
Wow. Good man.
I love it. Right before the Ferris wheel completes its descent, this creature just absolutely eviscerates the cabin before you. Probably because it's heard your plan. Maybe it just wants to make a point, or maybe it just has a flair for dramatic effect. But the Ferris wheel then clicks into place. Aussie Rob, you stare determinedly at the creature. It looks down at you, and the three beardsmen sort of sidestep away, leaving the two of you almost Wild West style, looking down at each other. We'll go with the three beardsmen first. We'll leave Aussie Rob for now. What do the three of you want to do specifically? Do you want to try and help the residents of Ferris Hollow, or go straight for the stage first?
No, they were mean.
Well, my plan was to get to the stage and see if we can hook up a microphone to these speakers.
Yeah,
I'm with him. And if I
yeah,
I
I
feel like
think if we hit the high notes from Living on a Prayer, that's gonna be perfect.
especially after it transposes like somewhere 2/3 through the song, it modulates up.
Yeah. Just go for the high notes and just keep them going as long as possible.
If we need to have any kind of experience, if it's at all a challenge to get the mics and speakers functioning, ask me for anecdotes or DB. Justin, for all I know, he may be a musician as well. He may have been on stages. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
These guys are in bands, so you know, Justin, so they know their stuff.
I didn't know that, so I'm going to defer to you. The best I can say is that I managed to hook up my new mic setup, despite the fact I had a faulty cable, and I figured it out.
Oh, nice.
That's the best I can do.
You got skills. That's good.
Yeah, these guys aren't in hair metal bands, so we'll see how this goes. Okay.
We weren't in hair metal bands.
We need to get to the stage, and there are these creatures sort of like roaming around the place. So if you can all just like sprint and roll me a dex.
Yeah. My plan is to haul ass, dodge, avoid and dodge,
and scream while we're running, because that's the only way to do it.
Right. That's D100.
35.
Yep.
Nice.
45.
45.
58. I'm buying new dice after today.
No, it's. I think it's the beverage, David.
Well, it's just coffee. Well, it's coffee. It's got a little honey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I need something comfier than this. Something dirtier.
Yeah, that's
So
where you're going.
Justin's warming up the vocal folds already by sprint screaming towards the stage. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever tried sprinting and screaming at the same time.
I've sprint ran before, or I'm sorry, sprint laughed.
Yeah. Sprint screaming is maybe something else entirely. Now, one or two of the creatures do shiver a little bit, but mostly this just draws their attention to you guys.
Shit. Well, it may help Ozzy.
So Justin, DB, you both sprint past Tommy and Gina first. You notice that Gina had a gaping hole in her chest, and Tommy is kneeling over her. He turns towards the big henchman. He goes, "A shot to the heart, and you're to blame." And that's the last you see of Tommy and Gina before the bugs catch up with them. So
this story is just so generic.
Bon Jovi ass Beanbark I've ever.
I do apologize to everyone watching. You're now all being chased by these the hordes of bugs. It's given the big guy a bit more leeway to make his exit, so you bought him a little bit of time. He's now trying to get one hand towards the gate to get it open and let everyone out. But you managed to make it to the stage, all three of you. We're going to Aussie Rob.
Yeah.
Aussie Rob. This thing's venomous fangs are dripping as it stares at you.
I'm staring at it.
Almost like the sound of a Stanley knife being drawn across glass as its incisors rub together, its mandibles rub together. What does Aussie Rob do?
Well, first he says, well, I might as well go down in a blaze of glory. Well, I think I slowly get my lint roller out, draw a line in the sand, twirl it around my fingers, put it back in my holster.
You have a holster.
Yeah, and beckon the creature forward. I could use the AK-47, but that's too easy. So I'm going to start singing and dancing.
Blaze of glory.
Yeah, I'm going to go down in blaze of glory
Okay.
to intimidate the creature.
Yeah. So let's see how intimidating this is. Just let's call it a D100 at this stage.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Given
dear.
that it's substantially larger than you, just minus 10 to your roll.
That's good because it wasn't 1 this time. At 87, it's not good.
That's not promising.
The gigantic insectoid creature is not intimidated by Aussie Rob's defiant stance, and instead it attempts to smash you where you stand.
Could I use my beard?
Yes, you can.
I'm wondering if I could sort of use my beard power to slow down time and
Evasion.
evade it. Yeah.
Moonwalk out of the way.
whilst making a loud pitch sound, half screaming, half channeling my.
Yeah. Aussie Rob, you hold your breath and time around you effectively ceases. And you look up at the creature and one of its claws is just inches from your face. It's about to go straight through your head. But you've bought yourself some precious seconds. What would you like to do with those precious seconds?
Well, the sensible thing would be to evade it. But I don't know if I want to do the sensible thing or I want to go on the attack and see if I was able to sort of run up its claw. Bear in mind, I still have my lint roller.
Yep.
And see if I could inflict some damage with that.
Sure. You can roll for it.
Okay.
Give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Let's see. So it's 100 again, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then add my dexterity 23.
Okay. Time returns to normal, and the creature's claw buries itself in the boardwalk, and you run up its arm, and you strike it right between the eyes with the lint roller. What damage did we say a lint roller does? Can you remember?
No, but
I'll call it a D4 plus 1.
okay. Give me a second. So I roll that. Roll. Okay. Well, roll a D4 plus 1, but you have to excuse my ignorance. I don't quite know what that's telling me.
That's
One,
a
right?
1 plus
Yeah,
1.
one.
So that's 2.
2.
Yeah. I mean, the lint roller just dinks off the thing's forehead.
Damn it.
But it still screws its eyes tight and shakes its head. Almost like what the fuck just happened? The good news is its focus is very much on the guy who just ran up his arm and smacked it in the face with an iron lint roller. Which is good for the three of these guys as they climb up onto the stage. So Justin, DD, and Jugs, there are 3 animatronic robots. There is a sound system, and in a few moments, this stage is going to be absolutely overrun with these creatures. What are you guys doing?
I'll go to the sound booth or wherever I think that is, and I will see if I can't power it up. And I'm gonna go, guys, find mics.
Yeah, I'll start searching the nearest animatronic and figuring out where the mic picks up the sound.
Yeah, I'll be looking for mics as well. Same thing. Because it occurs to me a secondary or perhaps even better plan might be if we can just get a feedback loop going. That's going to be a nice
kind of shrieking, yeah.
Yeah.
Which we could achieve by getting those mics close enough to the monitors or the mains.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I can see two guys who work in bands. Yes, DB, you clearly find where the animatronic robots are plugged into the feeds and the speakers. Jugs, yeah, you're familiar enough, I'm assuming. No, is Jugs familiar with a sound system, or is David list?
David is, but in some of the smaller venues that I've juggled at, I had to provide sound, so I have had some opportunity.
Good segue.
No, I still think I'm going to give both of you like a 60 when it comes to sound engineering, DB and Jugs. So yeah, just make me a sound engineering check, both of you.
I'm writing this down first. Sound engineering 60.
This is it. This is it. Our lives have come to this point.
Yeah.
38.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I want to show you what I just rolled. Unless I'm mistaken, that's 1.
Nice.
Wow.
There's some powerful juju in the game today. It's 2 1s.
I get 1. I get 1.
Ooh. That's crit success, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So DB, you hook up the animatronics and all of them just go from slumping to they're all ready. Jugs, you boot up the sound system, you crank the volume all the way up to 11. And Jugs just kind of, he starts juggling. He's not even juggling anything, but for a moment, everyone is captivated. DB, Justin, every single creature, henchman walking towards the gate, the lifeless corpse of Gina, the near lifeless corpse of Tommy, and Ozzy Rob and the deathly mutant bug creature. Everyone just stops and watches Jugs just be at one with juggling.
He's the one.
And that's just the distraction needed for Justin to decide what is going to play out of the speakers.
Oh, I want to definitely go in for Living on a Prayer, and then get the mic and the speaker hooked up to, right up to each other to get a feedback loop going.
Nice. You started up. The robots immediately start up with the whoa, 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 whoop, whoa, 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 whoop, whoa, 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 whoop. The feedback loop kicks in, and all at once, every creature explodes in the shower of yellowy acid, yellowy green highlighter color goo.
Ecor. Is that word?
Yeah. Including the creature that you're currently wailing on with your iron lint roller, Aussie Rob. Yeah. It just collapses into mush below you and you hit the floor, completely covered in this crap. But yeah, the insect alien menace of Ferris Hollow is nothing but a puddle on the floor.
I'm playing air guitar on my golf club.
Sweet.
As the 4 beardsmen of the Bookpocalypse Sing Living on a Prayer.
Do we have to give John Bon Jovi any royalties for this?
If we sing any more, yes.
Oh,
You
he's
should
one of
play
our
it in your mind.
You know,
Yeah,
he messaged me like, Tom, I want to hear y'all sing Living on a Prayer on one of your RPG nights. I said, okay.
Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
When the budget extends to royalties.
The henchman cranks open the gates and will end the session by saying, what do you beardsmen do next? Justin, what's next for your character here on out?
I think I'm gonna go wash off all this goop that I'm covered in from the exploding bugs, because that doesn't feel like something I want to live with for very long. That's not nice. I'm gonna go get a shower and get some clean clothes.
Fair. DB.
I'm going to elaborately spin my new revolver and say, I'm the new sheriff of this town, and this is our base from here on in.
Excellent.
Now they have AK-47s, a 6-shooter, and a base. Oh dear. Joe.
I like the idea of cleaning off, and I feel like we're on the coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the ocean is accessible, I'll probably go rinse off in the ocean.
Yeah.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
And we'll
Definitely.
close out with Aussie Rob.
Yeah, I think this is a more bigger job than even my handy lint roller can handle. So definitely down to the beach, clean off, and rustle up a cold beverage.
All while singing. We're still singing Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 That's it. For the rest of the night, we're just going through the whole back catalogue.
And all that's left of Ferris Hollow, otherwise, is the henchman who smiles without a word, and the old man hauled up in the souvenir shop, who simply sits down in his easy chair and says, I told everyone about them critters. No one listens to me. And that is the end of our session. Guys, thank you so much. And Justin, thank you.
Tom, how much Bon Jovi did you plan for this session?
I do have a list of random lyrics from Bon Jovi songs.
I didn't know. I was wondering if it was accidental at first.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Were we led or did it just happen?
No, we were led. I remember.
How many I could get away with before someone twigged, and Justin did it like straight away.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Tommy and Jim.
I listened to a lot of Bon Jovi when I was like 14, so
yeah,
I love Bon
pick up
Jovi.
on that.
But did I expect the whole Alien Menace to be defeated by Bon Jovi songs? No, I did not.
No.
I think that was entirely appropriate.
And
Sure.
it's funny because living on the prayers is the tagline, or that for like the McDonald's summer ads in Australia. They play that, so it's on the TV, on the radio, a lot.
Nice.
That was a fantastic session, though. Thank you guys so much.
Amazing.
Let's shout out Justin, our guests. Where can our viewers find our guest and his books?
Yeah.
You'll find my books in all good bookstores, as they say. Yeah. Oh, look, they're there. They're also up here, but those are much better. Those are nice big size. Those two. The first two are out. It's a 4-book series
and a fancy one as well,
and a beautiful hardback too. Yeah, it's a 4-book series. The Lost One and the Bitter Corner out. The Damned King book 3 is coming in August, and I am currently writing book 4, which will be the last one in the series and is out next year.
Yeah,
nice,
beautiful.
Personal experience. Book 1 is fantastic, so I'm looking forward to getting to Bitter Crown soon.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Well, Justin, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching, whether you watch it live or you're catching up later. We'll do more of these. We've got another panel coming. No, wait, it's RPG again next, isn't it?
It is RPG on. Hang on, let's check the calendar.
Yes.
We've got Jeff Spade.
3rd of March.
8th and 9th of March, I think it is. Yeah.
Nice.
So Jeff's joining us. So
Then panel with P.L. Stewart not long after.
Yep. We've got Peel Stewart in March, and then Baptiste in Pinsonwood at the start of April. So I've got a few good ones coming up.
This gives me time to research P.L. Stewart and find some dirt.
Dig up the dirt. Oh, yeah.
We'll have to get Justin back on for a panel and we can interrogate him properly.
Justin, I want to tell you something that I did. When you were a guaranteed guest, I did Google you, and I was looking, and I did find. I don't know how sensitive of a subject this is. Hopefully not. You seem like a good-natured human. You were on TV.
I was on the news recently.
Because of something, there was some builder had just dropped the ball, lacking a better word, and cut corners.
Man, Yeah. I did for a little while. So for a little while, people were referring to me as the Costa Cup guy because there was a Costa Cup sticking out the side of the wall of my brand new house.
I almost had one. I almost brought one on the stream today, but again, like it's been a few weeks since I saw it, and I had kind of lost what was going on. Other than just a builder had like cut corners in an unacceptable way. I mean, I could go on about this for hours, but I won't because it's basically. We bought a brand new house and it wasn't finished when they moved us in, and we've been in here 5 years now, and I'm still fighting with them to try and get it fixed.
Is it still there?
The Costa Cup is not still there. It was. I mean, the thing is, it's not an unreasonable thing. The thing is, it's a thing. What they did was it's a vent for the oven hob, right?
Yeah.
And so what they'd obviously done is they drilled the hole, they'd made the hole, but then they didn't have the vent cover to put over it. So the guy had thought, oh well, I'll stick a cup in it to keep rain from getting in the meantime, and then just never went back to it. And like the house is full of that. The house is just full of that kind of stuff. Extractor fans that aren't connected, or it's just. Everything was just done in a rush, and so the upshot of that was that I'm a member of the Scottish Green Party. So my local councillor suggested to me that I get a policy into the Scottish Green Party to change this, and I did. I ended up becoming active for the first time in my life. I went to conference and proposed this idea for a policy about allowing local councils to reject applications from crappy builders, which they currently aren't, which is bad. But that's now part of party policy, so they'll push for that to try and get that into law. So I got so pissed off about bad service that I decided to change the law.
That's good.
Beautiful.
That's good.
Was there any singing of Bon Jovi at any stage? It's reserved for the above.
I think Wanted Dead or Alive is what I would have in the background to that whole episode. I'd have that kind of just ticking over in the background, getting menacingly louder every now and again.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, look, that's all we got time for. But thanks again, Justin, for joining us.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm so sorry I was late. I can't believe I misread it.
You more than made up for it.
You made up.
Dramatic entrance. It's good.
Thank you very much. I'm glad.
Until next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
Cheers,
folks.
guys. Thank you.
Cheers.